Okay. Back to this. I guess I'm going back to the palace now.
What have we here? Two handsome, strapping, noble lords.
Oh noes.
You both look so grand.
And isn't this the man of the hour, the king's son?
Who's your friend, my lord? Another noble from the honored house Idugan?
But not from a noble house, girls. Sergorum, warrior caste.
Oh, that's too bad. You're quite handsome.
That you are, my lord. And I
Creepy.
interest you in a little better diversion.
Oh my.
Shall I come to your chambers after the ceremony, then?
I talked to him first. I want him.
He's looking for a woman, Telly,
Oh,
not a
it's
little
kind of
girl.
ridiculous,
I'm
but that's
Marty,
okay.
and I know how to give my lord a night he'll remember.
Oh noes. What a disturbing thing. Whatever, why the fuck not?
No fear, Telly.
Crazy ass
Many
game.
nobles will fancy a younger girl. I will see you when the ceremony ends, my lord.
Yay! Now he has a whore for later. Bcookie loves whores. Oh, this game and its messed up ways of being messed up. Oh, that's not where I'm supposed to be going. No, I'm apparently not supposed to be going there either since it's all blocked off. Okay. Back at the palace. Where there should be some feast or some shit. I don't know. Or someone's gonna play some scary music and we're all gonna die like the Red Wedding. That could happen too. That would be pretty awesome. I could totally go for Red Wedding opening for him. It's kind of almost like the...
You daft.
Boo! I don't like doors I can't unlock. It's a little bit like, the human story. The human noble story, if that's true. So they pretty much all got slaughtered in that, too. That was pretty sad.
Good day, Lord.
Oh, there we go. It wants me to go towards this thing. That's what it is. Shut up. Where are you, little triangle? It wants me to go to the triangle. There's the triangle. There's an
I am
exclamation
proud to serve
point
you.
over here.
My lord, I do.
Oh look, there's
My
a Grey
highball
Warden
tomorrow must be
randomly
more
chilling
than a
here.
standard mission. Wardens only go where the darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Creepers! Duncan's not
Many
a
thanks
creeper.
for your
Duncan's
willingness
a
to
cool
hear
guy.
me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent. There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause. I keep my ears to the stone, my lord. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean.
Oh, to play the Game of Thrones. Oh, why not?
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our service
I'm
brothers
sure I can
should be
decide
returned
later. I
their
can
noble
tell them
rights.
that they're fucking
What could be more
stupid too.
simple?
So, It's- Hi, Duncan. Can I talk to you? I don't want to talk to you.
May House Educan grow in strength
I
and
want to
power.
talk to Duncan. I can't
Greetings,
talk
my
to
lord
him.
Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last. Not as such, but your father never misses a chance to boast of your skill and bravery. He says you may be the quickest fighter in all of House Idukan.
I am the best because I'm Bcookie.
Yes, he mentioned your humble nature as well. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Ozamar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
Good, let them go away.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer Dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since Dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn. Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn. I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the Human King gathers his armies to face the Blight. Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow.
Yeah.
Show the Darkspawn
We
the
know
might
how
of
this
your
is
people.
gonna go, because some shit's about to go down. Right, Duncan? Some shit's about to go down. That's why you're here. You're where all the shit happens. Did you have a little thing on you before? 'Cause I swear it was only on him. Ah!
I don't know that I trust Lord Dace. Was there something else?
Whoops.
Not much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of
I
the
didn't
deep
want to
roads
pick that
excursions
option.
and
I
raised the
wanted to
family
read
to the
them,
top
but
of the
apparently
warrior
I picked
caste.
that option.
He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you. Yes, I yearn to face the Darkspawn and prove my worth as your second. I'll do my best. As you
Yeah,
will.
I didn't want to talk to you to begin with, so leave me alone. We'll talk to this bitch.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
Get away from me, old woman.
If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure
Call
you
it
know
the Game of
motivations
Thrones.
of the players.
Oh my God, that's what you're
Last
doing, you
spring,
little
a guild from
backstabbing
the
bitches.
Merchant Caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster. clever child. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, I Dukin.
She's saying that if the air-touched dwarves have their connections to their houses restored, you'll end up footing the bill for Lord Dace's disaster.
Oh, if I were 20 years younger, I'd bed you just to get some of that quick wit in my house. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
Why does everything end in somebody getting killed? Because it's fucking Game of Thrones, only with dwarves in this little shithole.
Just so, my clever friend. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface Caste are right where they belong.
See,
That
that's
should
what I
take Lord
figured
Dace
would
down a
happen.
peg or two. Good. Your house's reputation hangs in the balance.
Bye, crazy lady. Have fun being crazy somewhere else. Ooh, I can talk to this creeper. Oop, apparently not.
My
I got
king,
too
please
close.
reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharak will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? These rituals have their place. It behooves you to get to know the nobles and let them know you. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called Surface Caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
So, I could either do the nice thing and say what I was gonna say before, that they're good, or I could be an asshole and say, nah, they're little shits. So, I think I'm just gonna go with this second option here.
Are you satisfied, Lord Dace? Do you feel you have learned something about the prospect?
Yes, my king.
Then if there are no other challenges,
Someone's salty.
I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Don't question everything. Just go for the ancestors' sake.
Well, fine, jackass. Hi, Duncan! Ha ha ha. Now watch that come back later to bite me in the ass. You were a douchebag. There's the triangle.
No sign of trouble.
He's outside. No. He's over here. Stupid triangle trying to trick me again. I know better. Ah!
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in bothering us? You push your luck. Balin, get to bed. We have a big day tomorrow. I will see what our father wishes from his heir.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him. Probably not, but you need to all the same. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on
They're
his
such
jealousy.
backstabbing little bitches.
Brother,
They're like
Trian is going to try
16-year-old
to
girls
kill
fighting
you.
over the same boy in one direction.
I wouldn't have believed in myself if I hadn't overheard him giving orders to his men. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the King's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian Veer's father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
I wish there was an option to just punch him in the face and walk away. But, you know, you can't just do anything like that.
It seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Very well. I'll keep my eyes open. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like. I hope you're right, but my heart says this will end badly. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
So, my brother might possibly try and kill me in my sleep, or Darkspawn might eat me while I'm trying to kill them tomorrow. Oh, let's see what this story has in store. This is actually kind of fun. I think out of all of them so far, I probably like the mage one just because it was so ridiculous. You're like, really? But if I hadn't known who anybody was, it probably wouldn't have been that interesting. So...
Treon and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramond. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come, men! Glory awaits! Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramond and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
Ooh, it's a secret door.
The door leads to a
Narnia.
thaig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach it.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Idukan remains in that thaig, under the stones of the central room.
The wardrobe to Narnia.
We claim the shield, and glory will be yours.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared.
Yeah, this seems like
careful.
a really bad
One
idea.
of the scouts will meet you at the
What
first
about
crossroads
this
you come
doesn't
to.
scream trap to
The
you?
second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions? Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Idukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Okay, it's getting kind of long. So I'm just gonna cut it here and then continue on part 3 of Bcookie's story of noble dwarvenness.